before we open ourselves up to a space of abundance, to a space of receiving miracles, we have to really deal with the stuff that is from our past, deal with the stuff that might be holding us back before 2025. November is a very powerful month because it's all about going back in time, analysing what needs to be worked on, what needs to get done, and then doing the work now before we get into the new year. And I feel like a lot of us want these miracles, these random things that happen, these outrageous things that we didn't think could happen. And it's happened to me before, but in order for me to actually go into these things and actually receive them, I really did have to do that work. I really did have to look back and say, what do I need to deal with first though? So this could be in many different aspects: relationships, business, work, personal things that you just want to work on in general. So for example, if we're talking relationships, there might be a situation that you have been in, a relationship that you feel attached to, that you do need to detach from, because right now in November is all about that deeper emotional connection with relationships, and we can't have that if we have certain relationships that are holding us back in this time. When I'm talking about business is really important, because if you've got projects that you were meant to be working on, projects that you was meant to be doing this year, and you're looking to do new projects, you really need to think about finishing those projects that haven't been finished and resolved. Because if we don't finish the projects, then it always does haunt us, you get me? These things always do haunt us, so we need to make sure that we're communicating effectively, finishing things that need to be finished, because like I said, before we get into 2025, we don't know what's going to happen in 2025. And this is the time for us to really look at what we want. After we've dealt with all this stuff that we want to deal with, whether it's our bodies, our minds, our relationships, health, work, all of that stuff, we need to deal with the stuff that we have started in 2024 and deal with what needs to be dealt with. Once we've done this, we can then go deeper and deeper. And that's when we start to think about, what do we actually want now? So once you've done that, you ask yourself, what do you want? Because it's really about setting goals and intentions in this time right now. This is a very introspective time we're in. So as well as it's introspective, like I said, we can still get quite emotional when it comes to relationships. Things will definitely surface. Emotions, things from your past will surface, 100%. There's no hiding from the past, and I feel like a lot of people tend to bury their past, but we really do have to go into our past and see what needs to be worked on. So once we've done all this, we're going to set intentions. What do I want? What do I want to get out of life right now? What do I want to come in 2025? Like I said, what projects do we want to work on? There's a cat that just that just joined me on my walk. But yeah, what do we want to get out of 2025? And like I said, this is the time for creativity as well. So creativity is a really, really big aspect in November, because we're in that introspective energy. But at the same time, it's like I said, it's about that extra emotion that we're feeling through things. And creativity can really be a great way to outlet, especially in a time where emotions are quite intense and there's a lot of pressure on. Creativity can really be a good outlet for these emotions and letting us be able to control those emotions in this time. So definitely think about the creative gifts you have. Don't abandon them, because I know business is serious. Sometimes we get caught up in trying to make money, trying to do this, trying to do that. But don't abandon your creative gifts right now, because those will really keep you grounded, and they might just be something that creates that miracle, something that will open your eyes to something you've never seen before. You might not realize that you can make a life out of your creative gifts, you know, a career. So we really do need to still practice these gifts in this time while these things are going on, because it's almost like a story. If you're going into your past, dealing with certain things, but creating art and being creative out of these things, then this is where it's at. This is where we can really start to open that space. So once we've done this, we set intentions, we start planning as well, because we need to make sure we're planning when we're setting these intentions. Planning is so key. Planning has took me from 0 to like 60 and I'm on my way to 100 at the moment. But my point is that planning is the key, because if you don't write down, if you don't, set these intentions and act on them, then we're not going to get anywhere. So Once you've done that, you've done your planning, you set your intentions and whatnot, that is when you can open yourself up to this space of abundance. You can open yourself up to the miracles that are basically in store for you, because you've cleared yourself. It's so hard to manifest and vibrate on the frequency of abundance when you've got so much that's blocked up and so much that's just blocking you from receiving. So that's why it's important to analyze yourself and say to yourself, okay, is there anything that's making me feel emotionally unaligned right now? How do I deal with that? Do I need this? Can I control it? And when you actually see yourself asking these questions, you will automatically act on it, 100%. And this is the time for that work. So don't ever feel like you're alone whilst this is happening. This is something that's happening globally right now. There's so much that can be done. And like I said, if everybody's already vibrating on the correct frequency in this time and choosing to do the right things in this time and asking themselves these questions in this time, then we're able to tap into a lot more. So like I said, this time right now is really important because we're clearing all the blockages. As we're clearing all these blockages, I know it can be hard. I know there's probably a lot going on in terms of relationship, work, business. You know, there's so much, but it's okay. It's really okay, because everyone's in this together right now. You just really do have to say to yourself, okay, this is temporary. Right now, I'm just going to make sure that I'm working on the things I need to work on, dealing with the stuff that hasn't been dealt with, and I will be ready for the new year, the new beginnings, the new comings, and watch the miracles just fly in. Trust me, once you clear yourself, clear the space, set intentions, what do you want, and act on the things you want, you will see it come. Sometimes you don't even have to do too much in terms of like setting intentions. Sometimes you can set intentions and naturally, because of the way this mental universe works, you'll be aligned with the things that you're meant to be aligned with in the time. So yeah, I just want to let you know that one more time, you're not alone in this. All of us are going through it, trust me. I'm seeing it a lot in people around me as well. So I can see that it's a universal thing that's happening. And in astrology as well, this is proof stuff that is going on. And it's okay. It's just natural. We just have to get through it. But it's beautiful, because the light at the end of the tunnel is very beautiful. So on top of that, yeah, just open yourself up to these spaces after doing the work that is meant to be done. Because you don't really want to think about it, like, you have to ask yourself, are you ready? Are you ready for certain things? And a lot of times, like, yeah, I'm ready for this, I'm ready for that, I'm ready for this. But you don't ever want to go into a space of, you know, like manifesting this material stuff, because it's, you know, in this time right now, we can manifest material stuff, but we do want to let go of all the stuff that's holding us back in material ways or emotional ways as well, because this is a very strong, powerful time. So yeah, make sure that you do the work, and everything will come to you in return. And once you know the work is done and you're happy with yourself, go straight into that manifestation and allow yourself to be opened up to the frequency of abundance. Because remember, abundance is an emotion. Abundance isn't material things. Abundance isn't things that, it isn't the world you look at as abundance. Abundance is a feeling. So we need to let go of all these emotions that are holding us back from feeling that frequency of abundance and become in alignment with that right now. Bye, guys.